All right, here goes a lesson video on 4 different Tom Petty songs. So the first one's gonna be Free Fallin'. So we got there as an F chord, 3, 2, 1, 1, and we're coming into the pinky on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, underneath this other finger. So it ends up being 3, 3, 1, 1. Now there's another version up here if you want to go up higher. So that would be like a little D shape on the 5th fret, so 5, 6, 5, to a B flat chord, B flat major, 7, 6, and 6. So 2 6s on the bottom and a 7. Hit them in reverse, and then go down to a C chord, which is 5, 5, and 3. 3 on the bottom, 2 5s. So we got F to B flat, F, C. See, that B flat is in that F chord, makes it like a suspended type thing. Then the only other thing in that song is this little breakdown where it does these kind of power chords. So this is an F power chord, 3 and 5 on the top 2 strings. Hit that like 3 times, and then you pop up here for the 4th one in the next set on the 3 and 6 on the 2 middle strings. So that is a B flat there, B flat 5. And it kind of pops an extra one of that before it goes back to that F. Then it goes up to a C here, which is 5 and 8. So just like 2 sets of that through, and then you're back to. So that's about it for Free Fallin'. So we're going to look at Mary Jane's Last Dance now. So this one starts with an A minor, but you kind of hammer in these notes from these opens on its G. So you got to hammer in each of those 3 different strings, and it makes an A minor chord. So you got a 2 on top and a 2 and a 1. To the G, D, back to A minor. You can kind of do that open to the chord thing at the end when you go back to that one too. So it's like ba-dum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. So that's the main riff on that one. That one goes a million times. Then we're gonna get ready for the chorus. Now you can just hit an E minor, but his vocal note, one of the vocal notes is this D right here that's not in E minor, it's in E minor 7. So you might do that too, especially if you're trying to sing along and find the right note with it. So, chorus, going to A major, then there's a little riff, and that's sliding up to the 6 on the 3rd string and using the little 5 and going back and forth. And then you can do the same thing. We're going to use these 2 fingers though, and go to the 9 and the 9, and up to the 12 and 12. So it'd be like. Now this time we're going to go A. We're going to take the 2 2s out of there and leave it looking like an E minor. It's really a A suspended second with a G bass in it. So when we pull this out, we get that suspended bit with the G in it, but we don't get the, you know, proper bass note we need. But it sounds pretty good, especially playing along with the album. So it'd be, hold that for a minute, and then we're back into the, so then, of course, you have more verses, you have more harmonica jams, you have another chorus, you have a solo where it just keeps playing that stuff and he does a solo. So let's take one more pass through the chorus. So there is a double chorus where we got the instead of going, that one will keep going into that A. So look at for that towards the end. And we also have this little riff. And it can be a double thing. So that's the 7th fret of the G string. It's kind of it's a bend thing on guitar, but you kind of do it like that. Now you can double string it too, so you can hit the bar this and get those 2 middle strings. Now bending those strings will make them a little out of tune too, so. That'd be another way to do it, kind of slide that thing up and back. All right, so Mary Jane's Last Dance. Now let's look at breakdown. So breakdown has a little drum intro, and then it has like a, and we come in with a little fill right away. So that's 8 to 5, and then 8, 5, 8, back to that little 5. So it's like little guitar fill in there. So then our riff is going to be, so let's take a look at that. We got the 5, 3, 5. And you could slide into it if you want. And you can do a hammer-ons and pull-offs to make it more like legato. That's the 5 on the 2nd string. Now this one's 5, 3, 5 to the 2 on the G string. So that was a 202 on that G string. That big 2nd fret there. So there's a couple little riffs there. 2 5s on the bottom to that 8, back to the 5. And then sometimes it'll end with that little thing. And then you're back to the riff 2nd time. And then your riff is going to be 1. Kind of come in on the 2. 1, 2, and 1. So that's the 2 5s on the 2 middle strings. I do them like that, and I could use different sets of fingers to get back and forth. You could also kind of do it like A minor to G. That one sounds a little more like the album. So they get singing on this. It goes for a while. And then you're going to have an F major 7, 3, 2, 1, open. Has a little riff right there. That was open to 3 on the 2nd. Kind of back and forth when you hit that. It's like a piano thing. That's when you hit that F major 7 chord. So then we're going to come back to and we'll have another one of those. And then we got the breakdown chorus. So we have an A5 chord, power chord, 7 and 9. Down to the G, F to G. Do that a few times. Like 4 times. And then this last time, we'll hit that F major 7 again. Then we'll hit it again. back to the So there's a little part in there where you go into this, sliding into these 5s from the 3s. And you put the 8 with the 5. Slide it up to 10 and 8. Slide up to 13 and 12. It stays all kind of like within the A minor pentatonic kind of scale there. Again on that F. And then the riff from the top. And I believe it just kind of fades out doing that riff. So the last one is going to be Running Down a Dream. Let's take a look at this little riff. So we don't have the big E string, so we're going to do it on that little E string. So it's open, and then 7 open, 6 open, 5 open, 3 open. And they're all like pull-offs. You could pick that last open. So we got that riff like 4 times. And then we're coming in the verse, E. Going to D, back to E. So you can throw that little riff in there, and if you want, you could go, and don't go to that 3 and come right back in on the new chord. That'll come in handy later too for some of the instrumental parts. Back to D. So it's like 2 E's, a D, and back to E. Now the second time we won't do that high riff, and we're going to go to the chorus. A, G, E. Reverse that, E, G, A. And that's what's going on in this whole chorus part is A, G, E, and then flip it. And then flip it back, flip it, and it ends with an A, G, E. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of this back and forth of these 3 chords. So it starts with the A, G, E, ends with the A, G, E, and we'd be back to a verse. So we got A, G, E, E, G, A, G, E, E, G, A, G, E. And then we're going to come back in a new verse. We'll have a riff. Back to the second part. A, G, E. Running down, flip it. So we're going to do this twice. Now the second time, it's going to start a new progression. C, D, E, E. We're going to skip that 3-0. C chord, strum a little bit. D chord, strum a bit. E chord. Back to C. D. Now it hits that E, we're ready for a new verse. So that little thing in there was C and a riff, D, D in a riff, E in a riff, and you just do that twice. But the second time you get to the E, you don't do a riff after it because you're setting up a new verse in the E. So the same kind of stuff for the verse. We got the chords. Now there's going to be there's a little bit more strums on this later on. See, they do more riffs there. So this is going to end with. So there's going to be a double chorus in here towards the end of the song, and it's going to have a riff in between the double chorus. So it's going to finish the double chorus with like the, and then we're going to have another A, G, E. So you kind of hit that riff once and pause a little bit and pop back in for the second part of the chorus. And then after that chorus, we're going to have, this time we're going to have 3 riffs. And on this third one, the C is going to start. D. Now this part of this song, it does 2 E's in a row before it goes back to the C. So it's like. So 2 E's. All right, Tom Petty, great tunes. Rest in peace. Please like and subscribe. This will be a tab with this eventually, if not right away. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.